suppose this story is about soulmates. You sometimes meet a soulmate, and this is about my soulmate. Whispers in the air, on the wind. Are they there? Do you miss me? But you'd say bollocks, girl, when I talk of other worlds. But you'd do it with a kindly smile, like you were humouring a child, and then you'd say, hey, there is today, so go grab it, live it, fuck it. With you there was no pretence, and you made my world make perfect sense. Whispers, like kisses on dreams, seem real. Is it you? We were meant to grow old together, disgracefully, do wheelchair wheelies down care home corridors, fill baths with bubbles or jelly, draw penises on sleeping staff's foreheads with a Sharpie. But you went and died not heroically or even stoically, but stupidly, making a cup of tea. I see it different every time, but you're there alone, slipping on the kitchen floor, slipping away from life, slipping away from me, and always there's the blood. That red sticky that floods the kitchen and floods my mind indelibly. Whispers, whispers. I strain to hear soft whispers. Please don't go. I want to hear your laugh, tattoo it on my skin. Remember every moment like the time when I came in and found you cross-legged, naked, eating beans from the tin on the bed on my antique embroidered bedspread. And I tried to object, but your infectious laugh grabbed me by the throat and we made love instead in utter hilarity on the bed on my antique embroidered 57 variety stained bedspread. Whispers. You taught me carpe diem. To say Sodom, because you'd say, stop crying, because there is today. So go grab it, live it, fuck it. I'm trying, my love. I'm always trying. Right, so if I tell you the background to that, all right, you can see why I don't do it very often. The fella who it's about, and it's quite interesting, because I've done this a couple of times, and I often get a lot of people coming over assuming it's a female partner or a male partner, because it doesn't matter, you know, it's, you know, but he was the exact, you know, when you meet somebody but it's at the wrong time, but you know you'll be together later. And I had a little lad, a single parent, and things. So we kept drifting apart for a little bit and waiting for time to move on a little bit and drifting apart. And then we're back, you know, knowing that we would grow old together. And that happened on one of the times when we were actually spending a bit of time apart. So I didn't actually say goodbye to him. But it's part of why I'm doing what I do now about living for today. I've got 3 friends currently who are in late-stage cancer. You know, my mum's nearly 90, and all the rest of it. And the idea that that carpe diem is about not just living for yourself and filling your time with wonderful things, but making a difference for other people, contacting people, leaving something behind, even if it's just changing somebody's mind about poetry. I've changed somebody forever. And that feels like that's going to be my story till I die. I will be doing things because of him and lots of things that sometimes when things go wrong, you can just go and be down and miserable. But I feel I've almost like a duty to rise and be something else. So that's where I am right now at this age. I don't know that it fits in with this, but just to say, because it puts it specific, I arrived here on Sunday, and I walked down the Royal Mile.
Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
Oh, sorry, Edinburgh Fringe Festival, you have to say, yeah. And I've not been for many, many years, and I was so excited. And I got there, and I realised, this might be in tomorrow's show, so you might hear it twice. As I walked down the mile, I got to halfway down and I thought, hang on, I've not been offered a flyer. So I started watching. And at one point, there was 8 people in front of me, all got handed a flyer, and then they missed me, and they did the 4 people behind. And I'm thinking, what's going on here, right? And I was dressed out. I had just a brown top thing on, and I thought, all right, I'm going to try and make eye contact. So I probably look like a real loony there. I'm sort of going past these flyers, sort of smiling at them and staring them in the face, and still I wasn't getting. By the end, I got about 4 flyers. I thought, what's happened? What is it? And that sudden realisation that with getting older or having grey hair or whatever it is, that becoming invisible. And I thought, no, I refuse to be invisible. So I turned round. I was a bit upset. I turned round, and in the nicest possible way, every flyer I went to, and they were doing it, and I would just stop and I'd just say, yeah, have you got any... Do you realise that I'm not being flagged? Why do you think it is that I'm... And I didn't want them to feel awful, but I wanted them to be aware of what they were doing. And, and I got comments like, well, I didn't think you'd be into edgy comedy. Well, it's for me to decide, not you. Somebody said, I thought you looked like a local. I mean, locals aren't interested in going to things and all the rest. So it's something about not going quietly into old age and sitting in a rocking chair and knitting. And so today I've been making sure that people know I'm there and I'm not going to be invisible.